Hello again everybody, this is Nadari and I'm here with you with part 3 of the Django tutorial. In the previous parts, actually we created a project. Let's switch to the project folder. The name of the project was Jilly. And as you can see, we had a virtual environment. Oh, I typed it wrong. Yeah, there you go. We have the virtual environment. So we talked about virtual environments. Let's switch to our virtual environment. Yes, now we're inside our virtual environment. You can see the list. Yes, Jilly. Let's switch to Jilly. Do we type it wrong always? Yes. And now we are on our project folder. We inside the project. Actually, we created a web application named Web. Here you can see it here. The name was Web. And if you want to see the tree structure of the project, it's something like that. Yes. Now. And after that we went into the models.py. Let me open the code editor so we can see our project's codes. It may take some time to open. Yes, here we are. We added our first model, which was a movie model. Then we gave it two parameters, the movie name, publication date, and we added the movie model inside. We registered it actually, so we can go into the admin panel and change the model or create new models, new instances of the model. Let's now run the project. Run the server actually. Yes, it's running, it should be working now. Why isn't it? Yes, it worked. We go into the admin panel. Yes, we have the web application and the movie model here. If you hover over it, it says models in the web application. So the name of the application is web and we have the movie model inside. Now let's go back to the documentation of Django and go from beginning, start to just create our first view. You know, something really important here is when you want to go through the documentation, pay close attention to the version of your Django because it can make a difference. Here I'm using Django 1.11. If you want to know your Django version, just go inside your Django directory. I mean inside the virtual environment that the Django has been installed. Write down Python. Actually it was here somewhere. Where is it? Yes, Django version. You see, that's the version of my Django, so I use the documentation related to this version. So you don't mess up things, pay attention to it. Okay, we run our server. Yes. Now, write your first view. Let's write the first view. Open the pals.views, which here, it's Jilly. It's web.views, not pal.views. Here we're inside the web directory, views file. Put the following Python coordinate. Okay. From Django, import HTTP response. We've already imported that. Here it says create your views. We define an index which view that we're creating is a request. Oh, wait, it's messed up. Yes. Let me put that here so you can see it. And it returns an HTTP response, which we have just imported here in the Django.html module, saying, "Hi, this is the web index." Okay, once we're done, we continue through the documentation. Since this is the simplest view possible in Django, to call the view, we need to map it to a URL, and for this, we need a URL conf. To create a URL conf in the pause directory, create a file called urls.py. Your app directory should now look like this. Okay, we go inside our web, and we create a new file, and we name it urls.py. Oh, it says it all out, so I just created the file. So I go through this urls.py. Let's just forget this, delete this, and start from scratch. Here now it looks like this, and include the following code, it says. Okay, let's save this, and for this, let's include the code from Django conf URLs import URL. Yes, just URL, not URLs. Autocomplete from this directory. Import views. Yes, and then we need a list named URL patterns. Now in the list, we write down the URLs that we want. It's actually a function. One thing I noticed, you can notice here, is the use of regular expressions. Now they're really important for a developer. It's really important to know regular expressions and how to use them. So you can search for the regular expressions, or I can maybe make a tutorial video about it in the near future. Like this. Views.index name is index. And voila, we're done with the URLs file. The next step is to point the root URL conf at the pulse.url, which here it is web.urls module. To do that, we go inside the main URLs file. Yes, here we are. You see, we import the needed modules, which here is include and URL. Yes. And in the URL patterns, we add the following line of code. URL. What's it? Yes. On regular expression. Admin. Includes web URLs. Yes. So here in the main URLs part of the project, we map the existing URLs file we created inside our application. That's it for today. Let's just save it and do a run server. Yes, the server is running with no problems. Oh, there's a problem. It says that the URL takes at least 2 arguments, web.urls. Let's go back to it. It's 3 actually. What's the problem? Let's see. Actually, there shouldn't be a problem. I don't know what the problem here is. Let's see. Admin. It's not in this, it's in this file actually the problem. We forgot that here. You see? Forgot to put the comma and there was an error. Now let's refresh. But it's not running again. Okay, and there's a parenthesis here which is not closed. I hope this time it works. Server, invalid syntax. Okay, we didn't close the parenthesis, we neither opened it. Here. Yes, this time it really should work. Yes, it's working. And voila, we have our web. An admin at the same time, the movie object. Yes, here it is, it's working fine. That's it for today. Have a nice time, guys.